Now let me move into what's geared more or targeted more for the candidates out there. For those of you that already are watching this that are in my network, you pretty much know this already. But for those of you that are not and wondering why should I talk to him or his firm, again, I just want to say first of all that we have been blessed beyond measure to have been able to narrow our scope with who we choose to work with. And I'm humble when I say this, that there's literally hundreds of thousands of GCs across America that we could work with. But these are the things that we look for, and I'm going to go over those and why. And again, to reiterate, if you're watching, especially someone who is not necessarily looking and you're who we like to talk to, at least hear me out on this. First off, we look closely at the types of projects and their owners our clients are pursuing and working with. Are they Fortune 500 or similar type companies who often appreciate quality versus quantity? These types of companies are also often buying construction, so to speak, when it's on sale, which means keeping busy during the slowdowns. To diversify, in an effort to diversify our portfolio, we have a very solid K-12 builder. You know who you are. And we appreciate working with them. One of the reasons, because they're a quality company, one of the best, I might add, and I'm not biased. But the bond money is already out there. It's already been passed. And so they're doing work through any kind of economic storm or not. So all that's really important to all of us in the construction industry, right? Secondly, trade partners. You know, who are the subs that our clients are using, and what are the subs' reputations? It's easy to find out. And I think most importantly is how does the client treat their subs or trade partners? How are they bidding jobs? Buying work or bidding jobs lean is not investing in the overall physical well-being of your operations and field team. It may suffice an equity group, board members, the C-suite level folks for cash flow issues or whatever the case may be. Um, but it wears your field and operation teams out. In fact, we look for those types of companies in all reality because within our firm, we call them source companies because sooner or later they lose all their good people. And there's good people that come out of those companies. Sometimes they just make mistakes in jumping for the wrong reasons like money. But they soon learn that they need to get back to reality. And those are the folks that we also target in those types of companies. So we look for that in our selection of who we choose to work with as well. All right, the next one is for particularly geared for PMs and superintendents. One of the other things that we look for is how our clients are staffing their projects. For an extra $80 to $100,000, are they adding a PE or an APM to assist in the day-to-day paperwork for the operations and the field team? So perhaps they can get a little more sleep at night. So that's one of the things that we look at in choosing a client. How are they compensating their people? This may sound different and it may not be exactly what you're thinking, but we found that 90% or perhaps more of companies who are overpaying market to their employees typically have an issue internally, and it's usually we call them turnstile companies. But if you jump into a company like that because of the money, it usually takes you about 6 to 8 months to figure it out. Then you're back on your cell phone with your favorite recruiter, begging to get out of there. But contrary to that, unless you're a one-off like superintendent, or you're one and done on a project, and then you come back to reality, we typically try to shy away from people that are chasing money. Usually we found that these candidates are consistently chasing money from job to job, and we see them jumping about every 2 years. And we just choose not. We've chosen over the years, just through many bad experiences, not to work with those folks, or try not to, if we can, because it's an issue for our clients. Finally, I've learned over the course of my tenure in this business how the decision makers in our client companies treat us as a search firm. It's a telling tale of how they treat typically all their people internally. I mean, really think about this. When a company is genuinely sincere that their greatest assets are their people, once we've earned or reached a level of credibility with one another, they naturally, genuinely, and sincerely treat our firm as an extension of their company. We can feel at that point that we've become an asset to them. And I can assure you, before I even visit that company, and I visit every one of our offices that we work with. Typically we're involved with all of our clients' charity events, and we get to know them intimately on and off the court. So we know our clients inside and out, and that should be important to the candidates. But before I even visit them, as we're getting to know them and figuring out if it's going to be a good fit for one another, I can assure you, based on that 85% of their people overall are happy with it. The other 15% will probably never be happy. You guys know how that is. I just would like to say we're tremendously grateful to our clients and candidates that we're blessed to work with. It's for me, it's pure gratification knowing that we're playing a positive role in everyone's lives that we work with, both professionally and personally, directly and indirectly. We realize that it doesn't just impact your life, it affects your families as well. We understand that. And I have to tell you, although as recruiters, some may argue that we're well compensated, I have to say that we do get involved and give back to many of your charity events and that you guys are involved with some really good causes, which is a whole nother gratification for me personally. But the intangible value for me personally in doing all of this it just exceeds any fee that we ever get. Thank you guys for watching, and for those of you that we haven't met yet, please give me a call. I'd love to chat with you and just have a very casual conversation. I know that your schedule's busy. I promise I won't keep you on the phone long, but I'd love to get you into our network. We need solid people in our network. We're only as good as our network. So we'll see you next time. Be safe. Talk to you soon. Thank you.